Was that Sanford and Son?
No.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and
Hello there. Welcome to the Flushing Bloke podcast. I'm Siobhan, and give us this day all that you showed me, the power and the glory, till my kingdom come. Seems fair enough. Let's just meet the plucky girl assistants for tonight, shall we? Well, in the purple corner we have Brian, and I'm wearing him this evening. It's Eddie. Ah! Oh, hang on. I'm looking. Now, is that unworthy, do you think, Brian, or is that just the diamond logo?
Couldn't possibly comment.
I think he's being the trendsetter. He had the hat for the unworthy of the diamond.
Yes,
logo.
yeah.
And we all got the t-shirts. I mean, everybody's getting the t-shirts. That's taken off. Like
It's the law.
And now he's wearing the worthy of the diamond logo, which I think is going to be the next trend. So we're all chasing Eddie.
No, we're not.
One tries one's best, Brian. One tries one's best.
Hello, Retta. And I don't know. She's pasted Michelle Obama at me. I think
She's
that's Michelle
waving.
Obama. Oh, right.
That's the
Okay.
hey
Okay.
guys emoji, because
Okay,
we don't
understand.
have our own emojis. We could have
Well,
custom
what would we
emojis.
have as emojis? We'd have a goat.
A goat. We could have unworthy of the diamond logo. We could have
Yeah.
worthy of the diamond logo.
No, because no one is.
Well, I'm just saying.
Worthy of the diamond logo is very much a no-no. I'm sorry. I'll have to start sacking people if they start wearing worthy of the diamond logo stuff.
We could have Crimos.
Oh, now Crimos is good. Little figure of Travis.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We need to get out more.
Nah,
We're allowed to
been
now.
outside.
We're allowed to now. I think.
Wait,
Still
wait
not
too
sure it's a
many
good idea,
people
but
out.
there we go. Anyway, okay. What sort of week have you had, guys? Eddie?
Just let's say a week of ups and downs. Not the best of weeks, but hopefully a week by the end of it where things will get better and
Well, you
everything's
had a
pointed in the right
stomach
direction.
upset, I seem to remember. That's why you couldn't do the reaction on
Yes,
Wednesday.
yes.
Are you
There's
feeling
been, there've been
better?
things, stomach's better. Things been going on that probably not the form to go into them, but not the best of weeks. But hopefully
Eddie,
pointing in the right
I don't know
direction
how
for
to
the better
tell you
weeks.
this, but part of your hair is missing here.
Oh, that was me and a razor blade at a barber shop had an argument. The barber shop won.
Dear me. That's a
It'll
terrible
grow
thing. I
back.
got my hair done. You can't tell with the headphones on, but...
Nice.
Brian, your week.
It's been a week. Oh, I have news. I found out something.
This should be good. Come on, then.
WWE, the World Wrestling Entertainment thing, is coming out with an action figure that we spoke about last week.
Hang on. When you say we spoke about it, do you mean you and Eddie spoke about it?
Quite possibly.
Yes. Well, go on. Tell
They're
the
coming
wee
out with
Scottish Hamish.
Andre the Giant Bionic Bigfoot action figure.
Oh, I'm there. They can take my money now.
Yeah,
They
just
can-
take my money.
They can have it now. I want that.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the Death Probe episodes, and it just reminds us it really was just a lot of slow motion running through back lots of California, the backwoods or whatever. But I did enjoy
I
them.
watched the $7 Million Man.
Oh, right, yes, yep, I remember that one.
That was a good one.
I am gonna download the Bigfoot stuff you put up there.
At some point in time, we should really review the whole series.
No,
because-
it's too samey up to a point. I'm sorry, but it is. It just is.
Can you just
Sorry.
clarify something for me, right? Tell me if this was a fever dream when I was young. Was there an episode of the $6 Million Man or a spin-off where it was about a guy who got a bionic brain, and it was the $6 billion man, but it was the guy who was coping with a bionic brain. I can remember it vividly, and nobody else.
Well, there's a
seems
Michael
to know about it.
Caine film called The $1 Billion Brain, but I don't think that was a bionic brain.
No,
That may be a Mandela effect.
potential.
Yeah.
Okay, so either you can lock yourself in prison until people, until people
No,
give in.
Mandela
or-
effect, where you remember something differently than what other people remember.
Must
like the
be, because-
Bears Bears becoming the Bear Stain Bears.
I've looked for them. I've researched it. There's all the spin-offs there, but there is no $6 billion brain or brain X. But I will hold
This may
on.
require much watching.
You
of
just
the
tap
$6
in.
billion
Why don't you just tap in somewhere on Google "bionic brain" and see what comes up?
I did. It's
Oh, was that
Eddie,
a bad
we've
idea?
all I get back is a pop-up comes up as Eddie. We've told you before. It doesn't exist. Let it go. Step back from the
It's all
keyboard.
right. I've got similar things. There was a program, and I think it was Saturday mornings back when I was about 5, 6, and I'm pretty sure it was called Outer Space. And it was on the BBC. Retta's not seeing anything.
No.
Try refreshing, Rhoda.
Yeah, Twitch definitely up. Definitely up.
Okay. It was called Outer Space, and it was like, and I couldn't remember the bits of it. I think there were computers that introduced things, but I couldn't remember. And then Cornell posted a clip of it, and it's case I'm not going mad, and now I can't find anything to do with it.
Yeah. Was there a bionic dog? Was there?
There,
a
yeah,
bionic
Maximilian the
Yeah,
Bionic Dog.
yes,
that
Max-
was,
dog? Right, 'cause I'm sure the bionic dog was in this thing with the
And
bionic
there was a
guy with the
bionic
brain.
The
boy
Bionic
as
Dog
well.
was mostly in the Bionic Woman TV show.
yes, and there was a Bionic Boy in that as well.
There was a Bionic Boy.
Maybe he had a
yes.
bionic brain.
No,
No,
because
no, he didn't.
when the Beeb started to show a few years back, they started putting Bionic Man in on the afternoons. And
This
the
is for
episode
viewers
was
in
on for-
Scotland.
Believe it or not, probably. That's it. It was the Bionic Brain was specifically for viewers in Scotland. That's it. That
That's
explains
it. You have your own TV channels. You have your own Bionics.
I was wondering why we're speaking in Gaelic. That's it. Problem solved. I'm back in the room.
Good. That's going to bug me now, though. In all seriousness, I want to know myself.
I am going to be researching this.
Yeah, bionic brain.
Thank you.
My week.
So how has your week been? Oh dear God.
All right, we're not going to dwell on this. My mother died on Thursday, and my brother died on Friday. So things are a mess. And I'm doing this because, quite frankly, it's the best thing for me. If anybody wonders what the hell I'm doing this, it's hanging out with these guys, which I have done since Thursday evening, really. Thursday, Friday, Reaction Sinister on Friday, Genesis of the Daleks. Saturday last night was the role-playing, and then tonight. So, yeah, the Flashing Blade schedule might be disrupted, because I am going to have to, obviously, I'm going to have to go to, well, I've got to go to my brother's funeral. I won't be going to my mother's. We didn't get on. But, family stuff. So, there we go. Right, moving on. There has been a new Doctor Who trailer, which you can go and find, as well as some news, which we're not talking about. Let people find out about it if they want to find out about it.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah,
You know?
quite
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing Adam would hate
It's
to know.
on the internet. It's on Facebook. Go look. It's all out there. We just
Yeah.
don't want to spoil it for people who don't want spoilers.
Or Adam Purcell, as he's known.
We definitely do not want that grudge.
No.
He knows how that man knows how to hold a grudge.
Actually, to be fair, it's not so much him as the other person involved, who still brings it up when they're being interviewed, as I found out this afternoon when I was talking to Adam. So, yeah, which means if we ever ask him on, we're going to have to ask him about... So, spoilers on the front cover of the magazine, Tom. Tell us how that came about. Any ill effects from it?
Drama in the Whoverse. I love it.
Adam was so angry. He was so angry and so pissed off when we went to the actual... there's a pub showing. Jeremy Bentham had organised the thing. And he was so pissed off. I mean, it was just the whole spoilers thing. At one point, I can't remember what he was doing, but he was just sitting there with his hands over his ears. Oh, bless him. Dear God. I can see his point, quite frankly. I mean, it was from the Impossible Astronaut season. Was that season 7? No, season 6. And it's the one where the Doctor gets shot by River, isn't it, at the start? And she's in the
Spoilers.
And shut up. And she's in the astronoid. She's in the astronoid suit. And she shoots and kills the Doctor, so they think. So the DWM had 4 different covers. Rory, Amy, the Doctor, River. One of these 4 people will die. That's too big a spoiler.
To be fair, the show spoiled it in advance.
Not really, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Oh,
It
please
said,
tell.
Tick tock goes the clock till River kills the Doctor.
Yeah, that wasn't in the very first story, in the very first episode. Plus,
No, it wasn't in the first episode of the season.
you're missing the point.
It was but it was in the big reveal of who River Song was.
Yeah, no, this is you're talking way down the line here. We're talking before the first episode aired. Okay. DWM had a magazine with one of these 4 people will die, and yeah.
I'm quite glad. I've actually only recently I've started getting Doctor Who magazines, and I buy them now and again. If we're going to
I have to admit, I love I mean, it's weird. The past year or so, they've had a couple of the best covers they've ever done, and also the worst ever DWM cover, which was the issue about toys, and it's a toy Tennant and a toy Tom on a plain background, and it's a case of this is awful. But they also have come up with a couple of the best ones going. This one's great.
The Master one they did for the Master's anniversary was glorious. That was
I'd
good.
like to see more Doctor Who comics, more of the crossovers, like with Star Trek and.
Oh right. Well, there's the Next Gen one.
There is Star Trek. There's the Next Gen. There aren't many more. I'd like to see a Planet of the Apes Doctor Who crossover comic.
Oh, that'd be good.
That would be good.
Okay, I'm missing something here. I was never into Planet of the Apes, so obviously I've missed something. For you both to turn around and say it would be good.
Oh, no,
We're just in
the films. The TV series was okay as well, but the remakes they can keep.
Forget the remakes. The 1970s Dr. Zaius.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah, Charlton Heston.
We don't.
Even the
Damn you,
sequels to that.
damn you all. Yeah, that's the one.
That's what he's called. Dead Hands. Don't like Charlton Heston. Right. So, any other news?
Trying to think.
Nah, not really. Like I say, there's stuff out there. If you go and find it, we're not going to ruin it for you. It's that simple. Yes. Let's talk about the role-playing last night. Let's do that now.
I'm sorry, Eddie.
Got nothing. No.
Yeah,
Don't do that,
but-
Eddie. I'll put you busy now. You're fine. Don't worry.
Carry on.
Okay. But yes, let's. What? Actually, I'm genuinely.
You and
What
Retta
the
had
fuck
some great
happened?
moments. You and Retta had some great role play. I'm just saying. That was what you two brought to the table with that whole sequence you did, fantastic. That was some quality
If
stuff.
only there was some video evidence of it.
See, it's hidden between all the bullshit that we normally run through.
The Star Wars RPG is the lowest rating thing we have.
Yeah.
And that's saying something for us. Mate, it's probably just as well
a bit
because it's
pointless
not
then,
for the
'cause
weak-hearted.
I was going to suggest a Kickstarter for Adam so we could buy him a chair, but no, it's pointless if we're not getting enough viewers.
Yeah, he's never going to sit down.
No, he's got himself one of these desks that rises and goes down, so he can work standing up. He likes it, apparently. He's a very strange person.
No, it's probably better for your spine, probably better for your back.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're a pace thinker,
Yeah. I just need my desk, my monitor, a wall to hit my head off. I'm fine. It's all works for me.
see, she did this last night and then forgot to bring her microphone back.
Spoilers, Brian!
And it was the funniest damn thing.
Yeah, I gave you the finger for long enough when I realised. Yeah, what's a paste thingy, me Bobby? A pace what?
Pace thinking. When
Right,
you
so
walk,
You're
when
up
you
and you're
think,
walking back.
It's got nothing to do with paste.
no,
No,
when
stinky
you're
paste.
walking back,
We
and
had the
forth
same
and you're
problem
thinking about your
last
problem.
night with Brian because, well, here we had paste stinking, which sounds like paste stinking. Last night, well, we
Sheep.
discovered the trash sheep.
The trash sheep. The trash sheep has spoken.
It's gonna
Yeah.
become a thing.
Oh, it may.
Yeah, I know it will. It's the trash
You may.
sheep.
You may encounter the space goats again.
Not without paying me a conspicuous amount of money for copyright usage.
Not really, because in this universe they're probably the space sheep.
Alas, I'm there before you. I'm so sorry.
I'm just saying.
I'll send you the writer's guide for the Space Goat. Yes. Okay. Right. So, shall we do what we came here for?
What did we come here for?
Oh, fucked if I know. Oh, well then, you managed to shut that, did you? That's clever. Hey, I got stuff. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Oh,
Can we
yes,
tell
yes.
them about the gauntlet?
The gauntlet. Oh, yes.
gauntlet
Brian
being
has
thrown.
thrown the gauntlet down to me about this whole OnlyFans joke with cat's bottoms. You see, I came up last night with the idea that, hey, why don't the characters in our Star Wars role-playing game play a role-playing game? And Brian said he'd do it, but I have to actually do the OnlyFans page. Challenge accepted. Good luck. He can't control us as it is. Which is going to be fun, because you can't GM the in-game game. Someone
I
else
can
is going
GM
to
the
have...
in-game. Yeah, you're gonna have to select a player GM to run that.
Ah,
Oh,
dear.
this is giving me a headache. So a game within a game with
Yeah.
a
It's a game. A
DM
game
within a DM, playing a DM, pretend. That's no.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And now, from the world of BBC Television's Doctor Who, I found the correct file. It's Doctor Who. The fourth Doctor Who. Are you back now?
He's back.
Are you back?
Yeah, sorry. It's going to be one of those nights. I'm installing software that's to try to speed up and keep my PC from cluttering. So far it's working. So, but I only I get flung up and straight back on. So we're getting there.
Okay.
Next week I might actually even stay on for the whole show.
Oh, now there's a boast. Ah, you reckon you can do that, do you, young fella, my lad?
No, no.
Quite frankly, if you did, I'd be very disappointed in you. Let's try this again. See if it does the same thing. A fourth
I
Doctor
just say
Who.
that was seamless. Seamless. Sorry, I'm not interrupting, but I have to point out, second week in a row, the transition was seamless. We didn't get to see your desktop. There was no lists. It was straight in. Fantastic stuff.
Wait, are
Why
we
did you
raising the
bring it up
quality
and
bar?
jinx?
Oh, brilliant. Seriously, like 3 for 3, going 3 weeks in a row. Let's give it a go.
That quality bar is just going up here.
Yeah.
I don't
Since
know.
you got that T-shirt. Since you got that
I'm
T-shirt.
going to have to. I think I'll have to start making deliberate mistakes. I think. Anyway, yes, let's try this for the third time. Shut up, Brian. The fourth Doctor Who, if you like. I don't know, it probably is. Anyway, he's gone a bit batshit crazy. Who'd have noticed? Yeah, he's gone onto a spaceship and he's signing a thing saying he wants to be in total control of the Time Lords. He's not telling Leela what's going on. He's telling Leela to get
No.
a dog.
No, that was last week.
That was last week. This is Troughton.
Enemy of the world. Good. You're doing this deliberately. You did this deliberately.
No,
to counteract
no,
the compliment. Yes, we
no,
have.
no. This is genuine. Okay, I am that
haven't
crap
done that
and
for a while,
forgetful,
but-
and I was only watching it last night as well, and I hadn't finished it. I meant to come back to it, but I've seen it before. So, all right. So, should we try this for the fourth time?
Yes. So the
Look at
second
that
Doctor,
smug face sat
probably.
there in America.
The second Doctor, probably.
Trying to hold everything back from just dying of laughter over here.
Well, that's all right, because Eddie's just proven the fact that he could open up one of these Doctor Who segments. So, Eddie, what
The
were you saying about the
second
second Doctor Who?
Yeah, the second Doctor probably is in a spaceship with 3 folk facing them on a chase. Sorry, I can do that too. The second Doctor lands on the beach, and he's all for having a romp.
Are you sure
and-
it's the second Doctor Who?
Probably.
Okay,
Could be.
right here.
So, second
that we-
Doctor-ish.
I didn't
Given
hear
that-
what Brian said, but this pleases me greatly. Carry on.
So the second Doctor and Victoria and Jamie land on a beach in Australasia.
It's Victoria.
Victoria.
Come along, Victoria.
Victoria.
Yeah. Carry on. Sorry, you're doing well. Keep going.
No. Land on a beach in Australasia, and the doctor that does a Reggie Perrin, except he's got his all-in-one kind of thermals on. Goes for a little run in the beach. Has a little swim, and there's a hovercraft in the distance that kind of recognises the doctor. The doctor has a little
The
wave.
hovercraft does?
Yes.
What about the men on
Hovercraft.
it?
Oh no, it's a sentient hovercraft.
Ah,
The 3
okay.
people on it are
Good.
they're superfluous.
I'm a bitch sometimes. Keep going.
And we find out that the doctor actually looks very similar
Yes.
to
Yes.
a man who is he good? Is he bad? Is he a bad man? Is he a good man?
Sorry, Peter
We need to find
Capaldi.
out. Yeah, exactly.
He looks just like Peter Capaldi.
Well, there are a couple of lookalikes in this episode, but we'll get there.
Oh, that'll be
So
fun.
this guy called Salamander, who's from Nicaragua,
No, he's from Mexico.
Mexico.
Don't
Well,
worry, if you're just going by Triton's accent, you're allowed to wander the world.
Yes, because I was going to say I've never been to Mexico, but so I
To be
can't
fair, I don't
comment.
think he's ever been to Mexico either.
No, I think that at
Based on
that
that
time he'd
accent.
obviously not been to Mexico. Have you?
Remember,
Yeah, maybe
we're
subsequently.
talking 67, I think. 67/68, 67, I think. That was the year I was born.
Right, I'm tagging you in, Siobhan. Go for it.
Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
No,
Because
no.
that's
Tag.
it. That's probably all I can.
Okay. It's the enemy of the world, folks. Patrick Troughton plays 2 roles and is credited as Doctor Who Salamander. Who knew? There's no monsters in this except for the human race. There is, however, a very annoying young man called Colin. I'm just saying. He's,
Is he the Alpha and the Omega?
fuck off. I
I
would,
shall have no one can challenge my power.
I am going to kill that child at some stage. I'm going to kill that child. I don't care. Anyway, this is great. Enemy of the World was always considered by received fund and wisdom as not being that good. It's a bit slow. There's no monsters in it. It's written by David Whittaker. And the one episode that we did get back was episode 3, which is actually quite a slow one. So when this came back for good, all 6 episodes came back, because we had the 6th episode of this and 5 of the 6 episodes of Web of Fear. News, yes, of course, the animated Web of Fear thingy's coming out this in August. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, right, good. So when it came out and we finally got to see it, it was bloody brilliant. It blew us away. Web of Fear was better than we'd already dared dream it would be. And we were over the moon about it. And then Enemy of the World came up as a little gem. Absolutely wonderful. It's great fun, the Enemy of the World. There's some good people in there. Milton Johns as, I was going to say Kelmer, but no, as Bennick.
Bennick, isn't he also in Invasion of Time?
That's Castellan Kellner.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's how
thought
I got
recognized
it. Hey, Tim, welcome to the show, sweetheart. Tim Drury, everybody, from Tim's Take On podcast. Go listen to it because it's very good and he puts a lot of work into it. Solo podcasting is not fun. So, anyway. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I remember now. Brian,
Yes?
tell me about this. That I
Well,
nearly called
it's
the
in
Invasion of
black and
Time
white.
again. No, surely not.
I know, right? Shocker.
Wow.
Who knew?
Hello, Sean.
See, I have a small problem. It's a good episode, but I have a small problem
Okay,
with
is
it.
this something... Oh, with it, I was going to say, if you've got a small problem, is this something you want to talk about later?
Well, there are pills for that, right?
Well,
So,
Retta can tell me.
yeah. So the problem I have with it is it has one of the tropes that I absolutely hate.
Good. What's that?
The evil doppelganger. Salamander
Technically-
looking like the Doctor.
Technically, it's the first time the evil doppelganger has turned up. However...
No, I understand that, but it's a
Hang
trope.
on. No.
Hartnell have an evil doppelganger.
Yeah, that's
as well?
where I'm heading with it, but I don't think it was an evil doppelganger. Not evil per se. It was the
It was a
Abbot,
robot, wasn't it?
Abbot
Android?
Amboise. No. It was purely a historical story. It was just someone who looked like this Abbot who looked like the first Doctor.
Yeah, I just don't like the entire trope, the entire idea of the trope.
Sucks to be you then, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, it wasn't a bad story. I mean, you have the typical, the only real monsters in it are the humans.
Yeah. Which the Doctor points out, isn't it sad, everybody? People spend so much time making these things, and then somebody comes along and wrecks it.
And the plan was not really a bad plan. The evil plan.
Hang on, which one?
The one where they cause a natural disaster.
Right, so Salamander's evil plan.
Salamander's evil
Okay.
plan, and they wipe out everyone. And then, oh, hey, look, I have these people to repopulate the Earth.
I just
Tim
seen
Drury,
it. I've
that's the
seen
one
it.
I
Yep,
meant.
yep.
That's the one I meant.
So
Thank you very much,
okay,
Tim.
so I'm going to sit corrected. This is me and my corrected.
I like this Tim Drury fella.
You'll be meeting him at Hooverville. Hopefully, he'll be wearing an unworthy of the Diamond logo T-shirt. A wonderful quality T-shirt. You get it from Redbubble. We don't make a penny because it's for TV Cream. We fucked
TV
that
Cream
up
are
somehow.
official and unofficial sponsors.
We seriously fucked that up somehow. We even managed to fuck up making money out of T-shirts.
To be fair, though, I want to see exactly what's going on in their accountants' minds when they're trying to figure out why are all these people ordering this goddamn
I
shirt?
suspect it's not going to be that many. It's going to be us, possibly Tim, and I reckon that's going to be it. I know, yes, we put it on the Hooverville stuff, but
Oh, but they also do a natty vest, training vest for the gym. So I'm getting that, and the Unworthy logo as well. So that's great. So it's going to bankrupt me, this bloody T-shirt. But yeah, there you go.
I need to get something from the reaction on Friday night, the Genesis of the Daleks Friday night reaction with Sinister. We've got to come up with, what about the Dals? Remember the Dals? Because you had technically 3 races on Skaro, and the Dals got mentioned in the first Dalek story, and then it's completely forgotten about and buried. And so it's good. No, come on, Dal rights. They got wiped out in the first 100 years of the war. I'm just telling you, because it's important information you need to know. It might save your life at the side of a freeway. There you go. You see, I even used your own stupid language for you.
Usually we call it a throughway.
No, those are 2 different things.
Throughway or a highway.
So what about freeway?
Same deal.
I should have said fucking
We use all
interstate,
three.
shouldn't I? I should have just said interstate.
Nothing's free in the US.
No, that's
Interstate
true.
or-
Nothing's free.
That's
in the
very
US.
true. When are you
Yeah,
starting to
yeah.
pay for oxygen, by the way?
Soon. They want
And Texas
to
will be on its
privatize
own
water.
little oxygen grid.
One of the CEOs, I think, of Nestle or something, wanted to privatize water.
Ours is privatised.
No, I mean charge you per. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we
was
get.
the film that had cans of Perrier? There was a film that had cans of Perrier. You had to open the can.
It was
Baseballs.
Baseballs. Baseballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, how we
Baseballs
laughed.
did it.
How we laughed.
No, we pay for our water over here, whether it's sewage or drinking water. In fact, a bit.
Yeah, so do we, but I mean, even more so.
I mean,
You
they've
wanted
sort of
to-
said it. I mean, some of them have come out with things like, it's not a human right to have water or oxygen. It's a case of
Yeah.
woo, and they say capitalism isn't bad. And Sean, you're right about Nestle. They are
they are.
legit supervillain.
But they do lovely strawberry milk.
I'm going to
do
say
lovely strawberry milk.
Right, hang on. I need to make a note. I've got to
Oh,
smack the back of your
good.
legs when we get up to Derby.
So good. I got burned dairy strawberry milk, so I'm okay.
And they do lovely yogurts.
I've got into yogurts. Not into. Yeah, that's a bizarre mental image. But I've discovered my love of strawberry yogurt again, which is nice.
We have Chobani, so we're okay.
These yogurts are great, and I get them because they're Scandinavian. They're called Lindals Kavarg, and then I noticed up at the top in small letters, Nestle. So they obviously bought them out. So they're taking over Scandinavia at the moment as we speak.
Oh, I was just wondering if you were sponsored by them. That's all.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's good.
But if they want to sponsor me,
No, they're
yogurt and strawberry
Nestle.
milk.
The Nestle.
Nestles. No, I refuse to call it.
It is. It is
Nestles.
Nestles. It is Nestles.
It's Nestle's Milky Bar.
Yeah,
It always
exactly.
was.
Nestles Milky Bar.
Milky Bar, yeah.
Nestle's,
Nestle's Milky Bar.
Yeah, it's Nestles.
See, we've been a Hershey family for a while, so
Yeah, your chocolate
Although
sucks.
I'm going to defer to Tim Drury. I will defer to Tim Drury. Nestle or Nestles.
That's a fair comment. He's a bit younger than me, but he's up there with us. Come on, Tim. Get on,
Tim.
Tim. Oh,
Nestle,
Jesus, we're
Nestles.
sounding like Wimbledon. I still say it, even when Andrew Murray's
okay, cool.
playing.
That's
Oh God, that's right. The Olympics are on.
Who gives a pair of fetid dingoes kidneys about that?
I couldn't sleep last night. Well, I say I couldn't sleep. Harvey was at 2 a.m. was going nuts at the door. He's not feral. He's got a dicky tongue. So I had to take him a walk. Skateboarding is now an Olympic sport.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
So we've got people on skateboards going down banisters and falling,
Yeah.
and that's now an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
So I think we should start podcasting as an Olympic sport.
I'm
Let's
down
get
with that.
Yeah. Well, we'd never qualify, but let's
You know,
podcast.
but we could still
It's-
be in the
it's-
amateur category.
It is true.
look at this.
It is true. You would never qualify.
Do you know what?
Auntie, on the
Well,
other hand,
Of course.
Oh, of
I was
course
thinking,
you
right?
would.
If we're doing a kind of mixed doubles, you and Brian, Tim Drury singles. Tennis. This could work.
And you have to bop a concept backwards and forwards over the net.
Exactly.
Could it be a political concept?
Oh, now it's the Olympics, so you're not really supposed to do politics.
No.
So it'll be something light and fluffy. I don't know, like crop rotation in the 14th
I don't
century.
know. Would it involve aliens with, probes from China?
Hey, hang on a moment. Right, okay. I got Sean's in chat, actually. We have a new Olympic sport. Podcasting. You're given a random topic, and you have to bat it backwards and forwards as podcasters, though you're not used to working with each other. Points are given, so it's a judged thing. Points are given for the smoothness of your podcasting and how well you automatically get on with whichever partner you're given. And
Segways. Points for segways.
yeah, but the most points you get is for introducing different concepts into your talk. So, like this was originally supposed to be a review of Enemy of the World once.
And possibly Invasion of
We've
Time.
managed to go somewhere with it. Do you see? We've got an Olympic sport. I shall write once and immediately. I shall. In fact,
Anybody get Sebastian
With the
Coe's telephone
IOC.
number?
yeah, I'll contact the IOC podcasting. And the thing is, Brian, what you've got to remember is it's the Olympics. It's amateur.
Yeah. It's okay. We don't make any money
that's
anyway.
a poor street.
Right, we're there. Give it 4 years, guys. You get 4 years to practice, and then I don't know when the next Olympics are or where they are, but fuck it.
No, we have
could
3
be
years.
really
because this
amateur. We
is
could
supposed
be
to
we could be even
2020.
more amateur than we are now. Give us 4
Brian
years.
makes a fair point.
We got 3 years.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the 2020 summer.
I'm not sure you'll be ready in 3 years.
You're gonna need a montage, boys.
It does make more sense than golf, Sean. You're quite right.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
a point, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah,
At
golf.
least a good walk.
I never understood televised golf, especially in black and white. It's a case of, okay, there's a patch of grey, and the camera's going up to some lighter grey, and there's more grey, and there's a little white thing there somewhere in the blur.
And they're all drinking decaf the entire time.
With Peter Alice,
I
though, and just the Sarky Barbie comments was fine. But when Peter Alice stopped, it was just, it kind of lost its...
I never understood televised golf.
My grandfather used to watch it and have it on every Sunday when we'd go over for dinner, and I'd be like, "Oh dear God, this is the most boring shit I've ever seen."
Yeah, this is the sort of stuff that absolutely destroys a child's mind.
Yeah.
We have to be careful, though. Tim Drury's in chat. And
I'm not sure Tim is anymore.
Oh, that's okay then, because we don't want him starting to get the heads up in terms of training for the next Olympics.
Yeah. We have to keep this under wraps.
Well, hang on. No. Britain will provide a team of podcasters. So we're not technically trying to wipe out other people, because we know how good we are. Yes. Yes.
Does this mean I have to go on the American team?
Oh.
This could be bad.
Well, you'll be
This
missed,
could get
won't you?
awkward, because Commonwealth Games,
to be
Commonwealth
fair,
Games would all...
it could be really good because I mean we got Will Wheaton, we have Felicia Day, we got some podcasters over here that
We have a problem. Because if it's going to become an Olympic sport, all right, it'll probably become the sport for the Commonwealth Games. Eddie just raised the point. That means I'll be representing Jersey and he'll be representing Scotland. I suspect I'm the only
Unless you
decent
become one of our
podcaster.
colonies, Brian, you can't compete.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, you lose.
How? How? I would like to see the math on this one. How do I lose?
Show your workings out.
It's a very good question.
So it's a very good thriller. It's a lot of fun. There's some dark stuff in it if you look for it. The stuff with Farrier. Sorry,
Brian,
we're
you've
back
got
on
Kev
Enemy of
Smith,
the World
you've
again.
got Kevin Smith, Mr.
Oh yeah,
Podcast.
yeah. Fat Man on Batman.
He's a newcomer.
Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
I don't
You've
know.
got to remember how long I've been podcasting, Brian.
This is true. This is true, but still, I don't know. Up and coming.
He's a young whippersnapper, quite frankly. Him and Mark Bernardo, Bernardi.
I've watched 20 minutes though of his He-Man stuff, and that's really quite
that
good.
was
2
fantastic.
seconds. I need to reply to your son in chat. He's been
Oh,
at
boy.
it for over a decade, laughing my eyes off, in his 50s. Hello. In my 50s, been at it for a lot longer than just a puny decade. Thank you.
I can see a Rocky theme
Advantage,
here.
Siobhan. See, you get
This is it! This is it! Jesus, this is
is it.
another fucking invention we've done on the Flashing Blade. We're going to be the saviors of mankind. Do you know that? By
We're gonna
accident.
start playing Eye
By
of the
complete
Tiger
accident.
Yeah, but another global pandemic, you don't need to cancel the Olympics.
No.
You can do podcasting over the internet.
There we
Podcast the
go.
Olympics.
There we go. This is it. Though I will insist. See, that's the problem. I mean, if Eddie and I are on the British team, that's fine because we can wear these T-shirts. You know, because it'll lull the punters into a false sense of security. They'll think we're crap. And then, just to surprise them, we'll turn out to be crap. So, that's good. We're not discussing He-Man here, Retta. I'm sorry.
No, but
We're in an
Retta-
in-depth discussion about
Retta
Doctor
does
Who.
make a point though.
He does make an excellent point in 3 to 4.
This is a good point, look. So if we're talking about we're up against Kev Smith in the Olympic podcasting, he's not got the stamina. So what Retta's basically saying there is that
I don't know, he's been working
starts
out a
well,
lot.
and then he loses it by the third or fourth set of a podcasting competition, he's gone.
In the
he's not got
middle of the
stamina.
podcast, he'll lose it, but he'll come back strong at the beginning and the end. That's when you gotta.
It's if
gotta
they
watch out
deploy
for
John
Inquiry.
Stewart, we might have a problem.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Now, admittedly, he's a professional and he's a ringer, essentially. So he
Craig
may
Ferguson
not
did
be
podcasting?
allowed.
Oh! Have you seen the American USA men's basketball team?
Why would
Come on.
we?
It's all pro players. The Dream Team,
Oh, the Dream Team, yeah.
the Dream
Yeah.
Team, all pro.
How is
I
that
mean,
allowed?
doesn't
What
matter.
is the loophole that they've
Doesn't
used?
matter.
Yeah, I've got to
We
admit.
wanted to win. that was it.
It's
We
America
wanted
being
to win.
America again. Anyway, and the ending's really, really good. I'm going to be
Yes.
blunt with you. The fight in the TARDIS is great. We will get this fucking review out if we can. So now, let's turn to Eddie and say, Eddie, rescue me from this hell.
No,
please."
Eddie brought it up. We don't have to.
Yeah, no, he,
introed
yeah,
it.
no. He introduced it. He hasn't given us his opinions. I normally
I
fill out a
liked
little
it.
bit of the details, and I've
You
got a
liked
bit more
it.
to
There
say
we
at
go.
the end of it.
Right.
But
I'll go quick, right? I liked it. I agree with Brian, right? I thought, oh, here we go, doppelganger. Oh, here we go. But it was the layers of this one I really liked. It was the fact that so we've got him kind of conniving. Salamander played brilliantly by Troughton. Is this plotting
What
to
you doing
use
here,
natural
Bruce, eh?
disasters created by a group of people who he's tricked underneath the ground.
one of whom, who's the youngest and the most irritating, is called Colin. I just need to point that out again. Sorry, Kate. you
Yeah, Colin, why can't I go up? Why can't I go? Why can't I?
I want to go outside.
Go outside, decontaminate yourself.
That's amazing. You managed to actually make your mic cut out during that. Because I think you were a little bit too much for it.
But Salamander's a
little too much
glorious
for a while.
villain.
Oh,
Glorious
very
villain.
much so. And like I say, at the end of this, when I wrap up, I got other things to say. So keep going.
So I liked it, the fact that quite literally it was a story in layers. So we've got Salamander tricking the people down, the kind of the generation that are underground who operate the machinery. That there's mutants up there. It's horrible, but don't worry, I'll come up and I'll bring you food. And then up there where it's perfectly fine, he's basically presenting himself as the saviour of Wall's hunger problem. It was just so I can't even say it. Duplicitous.
Oh,
There you go, I
well
thought I'd
done,
get it.
you.
Thank you. It took me 3 goes to get
Wow.
it out. I
That's
think I get a penalty
effort,
for that in the
effort.
Olympics.
I
but,
think you
there'd
get an
probably be a
extra
penalty
point
involved.
on that. Not just
Oh.
forgetting it, but sticking with it and then mastering
good.
it.
Yeah.
You see,
But he
it's like
shoots-
it's like reining in a frisky hoss. You get points for that, so we get points for this.
ricocheted off the basket net, back in. So slam dunk.
Damn straight. Keep going.
So really, really good. The accent a bit dodgy, but
Yes.
I'll forgive it because again, it's 1967 British person. I wouldn't know what a Mexican sounds like. I do watch a lot of wrestling though, and I watch a lot of lucha libre. So Trouton, could have tried a bit harder there, but past that, I like the fact that we get to see Jamie being the hero, and he's quite up there and up front, like that. Victoria R, great character. And she's not. We're not dealing with a screen queen here. She's a bit timid and worried and stuff like that, but she's part of the plot. And the person who was the food taster
Farrier.
for Salamander,
Yep.
again, diversity in TV in the 1967s and a strong female character I thought was great. I'm learning. See, I'm learning.
You're doing great.
And she played, and it was bugging me, right? It takes me a wee while back because I'm getting older. I've seen you in something before. She's the mother in Desmond's that used to be on Channel 4.
Yes, she is.
And a great actor. So, if fandom don't like this because there's no monsters,
No.
they
No.
had a
No. Fandom didn't like it
They didn't-
because
oh,
they
they've
couldn't
rediscovered it.
see it. When they saw it, it was a whole different kettle of ball games.
Oh, I thought it was great. It's not your bog standard evil doppelganger episode. It's got multiple layers, like the characters, and again well written. So it was a steal. I actually enjoyed this. It was good. Enjoyed
Good.
it.
Just
Well done.
for viewers in chat, don't worry, that's not some sort of nasty troll person just coming. That's me replying to what Retta put. It's only right and proper. It's... This one was such a lovely surprise. Brian!
Yeah.
Oh, you've already
Yes.
spoken, really, haven't you?
Yeah, I've already done my bit.
Because you mentioned tropes and things you hate, such as Ashes to Ashes, which is now on USA BritBox.
Yeah,
You can binge. You
it's
can
right
binge.
on there.
This is going to save me so much trouble. It really is. I won't have to upload them. I am serious. If you get a chance, at least watch the opening episode.
Watch
You
the first
never
one.
know. Because quite frankly, aside from anything else, the music in this is brilliant.
I may like it.
Right.
I don't know. After Life on Mars, I'm just kind of.
And the ending is fucked up.
And
I
Keely
may watch
Hawes
the
is great.
first episode and the last episode.
Oh, that's
Keely
the other
Hawes is
thing.
great.
Keely Hawes, Brian.
Okay.
You know who Keely
Keely
Hawes
Hawes
is?
a great.
No.
Trust me, you just watch the opening episode of Ashes to Ashes. Do it on your own, probably in the bedroom with darkened windows and a box of Kleenex.
No.
I know what
Take
you're
some
like.
of that Long Island iced tea stuff that you drink as well, just in case.
Yep.
Just in case.
Yep. Lube. There we go.
I'm well lubricated.
Yes. And that's as close to being horrible and say things like that as I do on this show. Oh, hang on. Yes, Retta. Yes, it's a win for me. It is every single time. I'm just saying. I love how people think they can get the top of me on this show. It's not going to happen. Now, there's a challenge,
should
Brian.
they? I mean-
There's a challenge.
I don't want to get on top of you, because really that would be just not right.
I'm sorry, but there's social
I'm not
distancing,
saying-
dude. 2 meters. I know the rules have been relaxed, but still, I would insist upon it.
2 meters, just to be safe. 3.
I insisted on it before lockdown,
Okay.
so
I just
yeah.
want to point out that, oh dear, Retro, I'm going to have to explain it like you have to explain to all men. This is not 2 meters, okay?
It's 3.
No, it isn't. It isn't. Trust me.
Don't worry. I'm sure I'll just stand in line behind Spanky.
Do you think
You know,
that's-
your
that?
RPG
Do you
house-
think that's a good place to stand?
I'm just saying it's safer than in front.
Are you sure? This is Spanky we're talking about. He has unexpected things.
That's okay. When we have the wedding episode of the RPG, it's gonna be what?
Oh, really? Well, I don't know who's getting married in the RPG, boys and girls. Eddie's walked off in disgust at the thought, and
Eddie for
I'm with Eddie, quite frankly.
It's his only defense.
There's
Right.
noises outside.
So, tell you a little bit more about Enemy of the World, things you've both spoken or claimed to have done. Yes. Salamander has sort of hit the consciousness of fandom more lately than previously.
Yeah.
First of all, there's the Titan comic, Heralds of Destruction, which, without giving the game away, Salamander's the bad guy, so that's giving the game away. It's a really good story. I actually just bought the trade paperback of it because the artwork is superb, and Cornell does know how to get the real core of whatever period of Doctor Who he's writing in. So this feels like a season 10 story. There's a couple of issues with the artwork not being accurate on certain details, but they do try, which is brilliant. And then there's Chris Thompson's Enemy of the Universe, where Chris bravely decides not only is he going to impersonate Patrick Troughton as Doctor Who, he's going to impersonate Doctor Who as Salamander. That's a 3-part story. It's free of charge. I can't remember where it's from. Just put in Enemy of the Universe. Once you scroll through all the Trump stuff, okay, you can... But yeah, so Salamander's hanging around a bit like a bad smell. But we enjoyed that. Did we enjoy that?
No,
Thumbs
seriously,
up.
that was a lovely surprise.
Yeah, it was a surprisingly good episode.
Good. I'm very, very pleased because for the moment, I'm not sure what we're doing next week.
That's okay. It's totally understandable. We'll figure something out.
It hangs in the balance.
Just trying to think, because we're going through and I'm trying to think, okay, who haven't we done recently? We'll do something in their period. And I think... How easy is it for you guys to get the animations?
Some of the animations, I think, are on BritBox, they're not.
I don't know. They might be.
Yeah, because I think a couple
Are
of them
they on BritBox in the US, though?
Further research would be needed.
Okay, well, if you... Hang on a second. I'm going to write these in chat so you've got it, okay? Twitch chat. So.
I will bring up my TARDIS and take a look.
And what was the other one? Right. There's those 3 animations. Well, the Moonbase is just 2 of the episodes are animated. The other 2 are whatever. So if you, there's another one which is Fury from the Deep, but I suspect that might be too new to be on BritBox. So, Chestnut, you're going to do that, are you? Okay. That's good. Because I wouldn't mind doing one of these stories. See, I'm starting to think perhaps we need to start looking at the missing stories, which means listening to the audios. But again, it's getting access to them. So, don't know. It's, I'll decide something next week.
Yeah, no, we can look and see what's in BritBox, or both of BritBoxes, and go through there. But
well, like I say, we're lucky. We've got practically everything we can on BritBox. I just don't know what it's like in America. So that would be season 1 Troughton. Possibly. I don't know how they have it over there because it's the Blu-rays that come out or whatever. The box sets, for example, instead of having like season 5, season 12, season 24, they've basically done it by Doctor. So it's each Doctor, season 1, season 2, season 3. Next Doctor, season 1, season 2, season 3. It's a very strange way of... Cat's ass! Ah, you missed it, Brian.
It's okay, I'll live.
Don't cancel your
We'll
sub
see
for
it
us.
on OnlyFans.
Yes, you are. So that was Doctor Who and not the Invasion of Time, because I was almost about to say it again. I don't know why, it's just stuck in my head.
You really like the Invasion of Time.
Doesn't have it.
Some of us did listening Now, I didn't do it this week. I did it the week before, which means I'm going to have to get the Big Finish page up so I can just refresh my memory what the plots were. But we listened to Dalek Universe 2. Okay. An 11th Doctor Who, played by David Tennant, as always. Where are we? There we go. This is carrying on from Dalek Universe 1, where the Doctor's without TARDIS and he's before the Time War. So the first story is called The Cycle of Destruction. Then the second story is The Trojan Dalek. And then got the last one called The Lost. Oh. I always say the saddest thing you can find is a lost child's shoe. Anyway, he's accompanied by Mark Seven and Anya Kingdom. Anya Kingdom is Sarah's niece, Sarah and Brett's niece, in fact, which is a point that comes up during this, finally. And then there's Mark Seven, who, again, if you've read the old Dalek books or the Dalek annuals from the 70s, it was a Terry Nation staple. This one basically starts off with Mark 7 being a little bit weird, and they end up on a strange planet. What it says here is they've ended up with a strange planet with their friend missing. Searching for him, they find their way to an isolated research base. The corridors show signs of animal incursions, I apologise, and the scientists are behaving strangely. But a big surprise is waiting for them, because this is where Mark 7 came from. They're about to find out who he is. But is that information too dangerous to know? So that's the first one. That's quite good. I like that one. Trojan Dalek. The Doctor, Mark and Anya head for a space station, searching for the missing temporal science. Interesting name, insert it here. They just headbutted the keyboard for that. But the officer in charge denies all knowledge of his presence and demands their departure. Basically, they're looking for the scientist who might be able to get them forward in time to get the Doctor's TARDIS back. Unwilling to leave so easily, the group splits up to investigate and uncover a heinous plot involving the Doctor's oldest foes. Or do they? And then the final one is when the Doctor's latest scheme to get back to the future falls, the team ship crashes on a strange world, potentially trapping them forever. Searching for replacement parts, they find their way to a building where heartbreakingly familiar faces await them. Lies are about to be exposed. Everyone will learn the truth, and nothing, do you hear me, nothing will be the same again. Fuck me. They do go on a bit, don't they? I prefer my summations, if I'm honest with you. It's a lot more bouncy.
Summation.
Yeah. But anyway, I enjoyed it. So, right, hang on. Who's listened to the first story?
I listened to the first two.
Right, so, Eddie, go first on the first one, please.
First one, and again, it's, as we always say, right, you've got to be really careful but we're not going to spoil this, but I enjoyed it because it's, correct me if I'm wrong, the last box set around this, it was more like kind of Anya Kingdom, and we learnt a lot about Anya Kingdom's background. This one, it's Mark 7 origin story-ish.
Sort of, yeah.
And again, I'm going to not. Sorry, I'll get the plate.
He wants us to take him seriously now, Brian, so come on.
It's very Isaac Asimov. Not that I've read Isaac Asimov, but it's the whole thing around androids.
Everybody needs good androids.
The whole conundrum in terms of androids, and are they human? Can they learn to be human? So it's very, very. It's quite in depth, and in that sense, it's the 10th Doctor's in this, but I don't know. It's more of a Mark 7 type story with featuring the Doctor. For me, the 10th Doctor's not central to this story.
There's some curious morality at work with the Doctor here, I find, because quite frankly, these androids would pass the Turing test, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. That's better put than that's so much better than I could put it. Well done.
All right then, thank you. Yeah. So, and the way things are dealt with, it's quite tragic, really, isn't it?
It's the whole thing. We get to understand as well that Mark 7's an android, but he's got this passionate need to take on the Daleks. And again, I'm not going to spoil it, but we get a reasoning behind that as well. We tell I got a lot of parallels, I got a lot of Star Trek Next Generation parallels with this because this is it's like a character exploration we used to get with Data, except let's use a British android.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Well, exactly.
You know.
And you could argue that Mark 7 actually predates Data.
You
anyway,
can easily argue that Mark
Yes.
7 predates
Yes.
Data and very possibly predates Star Trek.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Possibly. I'm not sure on the dates.
So again, it's if you're coming into this with a shouty David Tennant heavy, it's not, but it's really good. It's quite it's grown up sci-fi. There you go. I don't know why I use that term, but it's grown up sci-fi.
What the hell are we doing listening to it?
Oh no, that's probably why I had to give it a couple of listens. It was
Yeah.
but I got there in the end.
That was a good
No,
little review. That was a good little review. I enjoyed that. Brian,
As long as I didn't spoil anything, that was what
you were brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Brian, do as well.
This wasn't a
You failed.
story. No, I actually loved
Advantage
the story
USA.
of the Lost.
So, sorry, say that again.
I love the story of the Lost.
Well, hang on a second. I'm asking you to talk about the first one first.
I haven't done the first one.
I thought you
haven't
said you'd done the
second
first one. Ah,
No,
right. In that case,
no.
let's move on to the
split
second
it up.
one. The second one, yeah. Now, that's the one in the base where shit happens. They're searching for the missing temporal scientists, Alberek, because, like I say, the Dr. Treat needs to get back to his TARDIS and whatever. But the Ossifer in charge of security denies all knowledge of him and demands their departure. However, if that happens, it's going to be a very short story. And so Doctor Who and his friends, they start exploring the base. And there are Daleks there. Or are there? This is a horrific story.
It's absolutely terrible, and not in the sense it's a bad story.
No.
It's just
The
yeah.
concepts in it are quite horrific in places. It reminded me to a certain extent. That still sticks in my head. The Torchwood, 5 people killing Middlesbrough. What Yvonne did to the opposition politician by moving her spine, dephasing it slightly, and just moving it so she couldn't move. Yeah, but what happens to people in this? It's heartbreaking as well in places. It really is. So I certainly recommend the second story. What about you, Eddie?
well, the two I listened to, this was my favourite. I really like this because again we did Genesis of the Daleks a few weeks ago, and this is a great companion piece to Genesis of the Daleks because and again, but I'm not going to spoil it. People get this one and listen to it because it's but desperate times, desperate measures. What would you be prepared to do? It's really the kind of that level of exploration. And again, as we were talking about, when we were the Salamander and how in Enemy of the World, the villains are potentially the monsters of the human race. This is another example of this. This is really, really good.
So, did you enjoy it?
I certainly did.
I thought you did
Yep.
somehow.
Yes.
It was good. Okay, so they're hitting 2 for 2 then.
Yes.
Yep,
But,
2 for 2 on the set. We now pass over to our American contingent. Who's there? Look, there he is, down there. Look, being all American at us. I've complained about this, you know.
We
Dear
filed
Mr.
it in the appropriate recycle bin.
Yes, I wrote to your ambassador complaining about you being American.
Mm-hmm.
This is before I knew about the fact you were getting a passport, you see. Ah, dear. Oh my God!
Oh! Eddie's on fire.
Just all of a sudden went dark, so I thought I'd let there be light.
It looked very atmospheric. Now you're like an
was.
80s light entertainment show. Right, so, the
so
third
Timmy
one
Mallet, thank you.
is Lost, The Lost, where the Doctor tries an experiment to shunt them and help them, and it goes very wrong and they crash land. And There is a presence science can't deny, drifting aimlessly, similar to the guardian of the total perspective vortex, who can't get out of this. It's a pocket dimension, they discover, and he can't get out.
And it's collapsing.
And there's an awful lot of, well, it's not spelt out deliberately, but there's a certain amount of Omega's plight from the Three Doctors in there. You know, I want to leave, I can't leave without losing control, meaning I can't
Or
leave.
the Satan pit.
Yeah. Yeah, up to a point. Yeah. I thought more Omega than anything else. But this only really features Anya and Doctor Who. I'm starting to say that now a lot, just to wind people up. And the one thing that does come out, and we'll say it, is the very fact that Anya first met the Fourth Doctor and travelled with him, but under a disguise. And essentially betrayed the Doctor. And so this starts to come out now. But there's something else as well. What the Doctor's involvement with her family was. Who killed Brett Vion? Who killed Sarah Kingdom? Who was there at both times? So, and Anya finds that out, which is interesting. I do like these little tiebacks, I have to admit. Yeah, I like them investigating the House of Kingdom. So, Brian, you said you really enjoyed this, so...
Yeah. This was a great one to me. I like the whole disembodied... I don't want to say God,
The
but
presence.
Entity.
No, you see, that has titty in it. We can't say that. This is a family show. Presence. That'll get all the kids excited.
It was a presence, and the fact that it could be in both places at once, because as with any good thing like this, they're going to split up.
Yeah.
So it goes to muck with both of them at once, and
it really does fuck with their heads. There's no two ways about it.
It's telepathic, from what I gathered. It knew about the faces, the people that the Doctors lost, and who it chose, and it knew about Anya's past.
Let's not go too much into this. Right.
It just twisted
Yeah.
the knife in both of their hearts.
Yeah. Well, all three of them.
Well, yes.
Just so we're clear on that. This is Doctor Who.
Actually, it's more like, would it be a fork?
A spork.
Like two-pronged?
Tuning fork.
Yes, there you go. The tuning fork in the Doctor's heart and the knife in Anya's.
That's great. If ever we do Doctor Who Cluedo, that's what one of the murder weapons must be. The Time Lord is killed by a tuning fork through both hearts. Okay, we've got a board game idea here. God, we're on fire tonight, aren't we? A whole new Olympic sport, a new board game. Jesus, we're good. We are good.
What?
On fire.
The fact that this presence couldn't leave this pocket dimension, well, it could, but only...
Shush.
You get the idea.
Shush. Shush. Good. Yeah. But did you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love this type of thing.
Oh, wonderful. Again,
Which is why I enjoyed your and Retta's roleplay last night. The whole drama stick.
I can't... I don't do pep talks. That's just it. So
And it worked perfectly.
How I came out with all that, I have no idea at all. There we go. Probably got a glimpse of my subconscious there, I should imagine. With Spanky, of course, you get his subconscious as one long stream.
That doesn't stop.
No.
Ever.
He vocalizes it. Ah, dear. Oh, bless him. Okay, so not sure what's dropping this week on Big Finish. This week coming, should I say. Last week they dropped the Sherlock Holmes thing, but we still had Dalek Universe to do, and I didn't want to fall behind with the Doctor Who stuff. we've missed a couple because it's just been too much for us. Dalek Universe 2 is a very good box set, and to be fair, you don't have to listen to the first one to get into the second one.
No.
Do you think that's fair?
No.
Yeah,
Because I can't remember. I mean, I know I listened to the first one, but I can't remember too much about it. So I came into
helps,
almost
but
fresh.
Really, you don't need it.
So, that's good. Now then.
Oh God, Doom Watch.
You know, just for that, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
No, I enjoyed this week's.
You see, I told you you would. I told you.
this
I
week's.
bloody told you would.
This is what I expected we were getting into when we started these Doom Watches. I thought
Right.
it was going to be more like this.
It's a
Yeah.
good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's better
Mr.
than the last
Granger.
round.
Let's get Mr. Granger from Grace Brothers in it as well, in a pub with a dog.
I thought it was Mr. Granger.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. All those
Yeah,
people look
the
like
soldiers
ants
were
to me.
really bastards during it. I did not like them at all.
And they had a very, very, very serious job, to be fair. Plus,
Oh,
if
do you
you're
know-
going to
do you
go
know-
around killing animals all the time, it's going to get to you.
Well,
you
still
know what?
having the whole bark, 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 bang.
I had to do
That
it.
Yeah,
was a
no,
bit mis-
no, I'm
anything
sorry.
You've
where-
seen
where an
you've
animal
seen
gets
Chernobyl.
hurt.
You've seen Chernobyl. That is the third episode. That I can't watch that
Yeah.
when they go around hunting for the dogs. Oh, is Harvey there? Harvey being the dog I normally call Ace.
As soon as you started talking about a dog getting...
Oh, and he's gone again.
And he's gone.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I think
want to
we've
be on
upset him.
camera.
Jess, are you here, by the way?
No, she's not.
Could you call her, please, Brian? And ask
No,
her. Yes, you can, please.
no, she's unconscious.
Fuck. I wanted her to play with the laser pointer and the kitten.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to happen. I will make it happen somehow.
Okay.
I'm just saying. How is the kitten, by the way?
The kitten's doing well. The kitten learned to fly today.
No, surely not. Did
And it
Daddy
wasn't by
Brian
me.
get pissed off?
It wasn't by me.
Oh, Mummy did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did kitten do to deserve flying?
Apparently climbed on her calf upside down,
Her calf.
hanging.
Oh, calf. Ah.
Upside down.
Ow.
Yeah, hanging.
Ouch.
She was wearing shorts.
Yeah, there's definite ouchiness there. So anyway,
a
what's
lot.
happened is, you see, Doom Watch are doing some basic science stuff, testing the waters in a certain area. To do that, they need to go potholing. John Ridge doesn't want to know about it, but the new boy, he goes down with the two locals who know the potholes like the back of their hands, except they vanish.
Do you mean caving?
Sorry,
Do you mean caving?
potholing, yeah.
Caving.
No, Brian, it's called potholing. It's called being
It's called
called
caving.
potholing
They're
for
cave diving.
centuries. We have a
I want to
history.
check it. It's not called calving. Calving is when a cat jumps on your exposed calf because you're wearing shorts.
Yes,
That's calving.
That's calving.
Yeah, this is
Also,
potholing.
calving is when a female cow gives birth to another.
Oh, that's far
little
too
cow.
sensible.
Exactly.
Far too sensible. No. We call
But-
it potholing.
No,
I think.
caving is when they go down and explore the caves. Cave diving is what those two did. When a
Potholing.
cave is filled with water and they go diving.
No need for that
in the
language,
water
Siobhan.
and-
No
See-
need for that at all.
Yet again, we discover the literalness of the American language.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's, they're diving in a cave, it is therefore cave
Cave
diving.
diving.
Whereas we just have one catch-all term.
There's
of-
an entire movie
Potholing.
about cave diving gone wrong.
Well, that's
It's called The Cave.
oh, you
Oh,
just
not over here. It's called the
given-
pot over here.
Yeah.
It's called the pot
Pothole.
over here.
Pothole. You just made me think of something we can do.
Watch the movie The Cave because
No.
that's not a bad movie.
We're not doing that.
It's got Lena Headey.
At some stage, God knows when, because we are starting to line things up now to keep going quite a bit. I want to do Edge of Darkness, the actual TV series, because I think it's very possibly the best piece of drama the BBC ever produced.
Okay.
Trust me. Just trust me on this.
Let's see if it's on Bridgebox.
Don't think it will be.
Bridgebox.
But it's, like I say, best piece of drama the BBC's ever produced. Edge of Darkness. And then there was the film version a couple of decades later. I think it was Mel Gibson starred in it. I don't know. Was it Mel Gibson? Hang on a minute.
So.
I don't know. But and they fucked that up a bit. But it stars Bob Peck and Joe Don Baker. You should recognise that name. He ended up in the Bond films as Felix at one point. Very cheerful Texan.
No, I know him. He did a lot of 70s movies. I think one was Walking Tall.
Well, I'm glad one is able to.
No, that's the name of the movie. Walking Tall.
Righty-ho. But no, we've got to do Edge of Darkness at some stage. But anyway, so everyone's looking for these two potholers who've gone missing whilst they were potholing. And so whilst Doomwatchers are searching and everything else, they come across this Grange, and they're looking at the patterns of where the underground rivers are and everything else like that. There's a chance these two guys might have turned up at this big house, except the big house is wired off and there's soldiers and everything else like that. And they're not very friendly, and eventually Doomwatch managed to get in there, but they still hardly get any fucking cooperation at all. The problem being that it was a biological unit of some kind, this house, and something got out. So the soldiers are there making sure nobody gets on the premises and picks this thing up, and they kill all the animals in the area they see just in case. It turns out that the two potholers who denied ever being at this house had found a way in there, and they got contaminated. And I'm going to give it away, but the episode ends with the entire village evacuated permanently. It is a very good Doomwatch story, so I'm going to turn to Brian. Brian, you like Doomwatch a lot. Tell me more about it.
Okay. This obviously played on the whole biological weapons fear. If you look at it, each Doomwatch you can pinpoint what fear they're going with at the time in the Cold War.
Yeah.
This one was bioweapons that were apparently worked on in the 40s.
Sounds about right. I can't remember exactly.
50s, 60s, it was
sometime in the past.
Not so. Yeah, the place was contaminated, but they never found out what. And then Doomwatch in the 70s. It does make you wonder about all these places.
Yes.
Because this manner that they were using for the biowarfare was connected to the entire village and area through an underground cave system that was flooded, through which the divers came up from. If that had gotten into the water earlier,
this is the lesson of Doomwatch.
Forget that. The entire country's dead before Doomwatch even was a...
No, I mean, this is the lesson of the TV show, like you're saying. They're raising the subject, and they're banging
the entire country's dead before Doomwatch is even a twinkle in the
It's a very, very woke show, isn't it?
For the 70s, this one is, however...
It's not woke in other ways.
Say that this is a woke show after the trashing we have done of it, their portrayals.
It's not a woke show. It really isn't.
It is nowhere near woke. Hashtag me too. Yeah. I didn't like it because they went around slaughtering the animals. And they had this nice, cute little collie there.
Look, the guy might have missed him. We didn't actually see it. We just heard it off screen, so he missed him.
No.
Oh, that's just you being gloomy. This is your pessimism. Be optimistic.
This is my pessimism when an entire platoon of British Army goes through a village, all in hazmat gear, with rifles, and just starts executing animals.
I know the British Army better than you. It would take them a little while.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Right. Okay. Did you enjoy
Honestly,
it?
if you do,
Apart from the animal stuff, did you enjoy it?
apart from the animal slaughter, yes. It did show that humans are idiots,
Yes.
which
yes.
we already knew from
Frequent-
2020.
Yes, we do.
It showed that, if given the opportunity, people will lie, regardless of.
Lie, cheat, steal,
Because-
whatever. Indeed, that was part of
Yeah.
it, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that's pretty much how the contaminant got out of the manor. Uh-oh. What's she doing?
No, keep going.
It did show Ridge's claustrophobia, because that's the reason he gives for not going
Yes.
into the cave.
Yep, no, you're quite
It
right.
also had a troubling off-camera hiring of the new pretty boy.
Sorry, just had a slight shock. Yes, yes, you're quite right.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Wasn't exactly, out of the ones we've seen so far, it was the best.
Head and Shoulders, wasn't it? Head and
Yeah.
Shoulders the best.
Yeah, it was the best of the ones we've seen so far. There was no overt, misogyny. There wasn't any, oh, these people are horrible because blah, blah, blah depictions. It was the better of them all.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm glad you actually did enjoy one of them.
Yeah.
That's more than
And
you
it
did
didn't
with
make
Life
me
on
wanna
Mars.
not eat my lunch.
I did say you'd be safe.
It's too much, so you have to take it with a little bit of salt.
Yeah. Eddie, what did you make of it?
I like this. This is what I thought Doomwatch would be. This is because it's very reminiscent of the film.
Yes.
And I always go back to the film. I enjoyed the film. It's science fiction mixed with science fact with an element of with an element of the truth, with an element of fiction, of non-fiction. There is an island in Scotland called Grenade.
I'm terribly sorry. Called what?
Grenade. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but it's known affectionately to us Scots as Anthrax Island.
Ah,
Yeah,
I know.
so we
of
have
this.
one over here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is during the war, 1942. Government decided to do some biological warfare testing, and they picked an uninhabited, luckily, island. 80 years later, it's
Can't get back there.
it's still restricted. There's some kayakers will sometimes go around it, but it's a no-go area even all this time later. So there is a basis for this story. So it was a basis of truth. The whole thing with the animal at the end, and again it was off camera, but that was heartbreaking.
It was. It very much was.
I can't watch things like that.
I'm
it's
sorry,
hard-
I had forgotten that happened in it.
No, but it's my dog Harvey has an uncanny knack when things like that come at me watching it. He walks into the room and it's like, oh, stop it.
Hang on.
But it's
Your son has just said something, and I don't understand it. Its collab with the Public Enemy Island was banging.
it's collab with the Public Enemy Island. was banging.
Collaboration with the Public Enemy Island.
Do you have a Public Enemy Island?
Not unless it involves the doctor.
No. What he
Flavor
means is
Flav and-
Anthrax and Public Enemy getting together and doing
Oh my God! Was this a
yes,
music
that's-
joke?
Yeah,
it's
yes.
a music joke.
They toured together, Barrowland, Scotland, Sean. Yeah, I
Now,
get you. Take my word.
whose fault is this? Is this him for being a little bit obscure, or is it us for being crap?
It's yours for being crap. I actually know what Anthrax and Public Enemy.
And I should know because they toured together in the 90s and did 7 nights at the Glasgow Barrowlands.
It wasn't that
Did-
deep of a cut, Sean. I got it. They're just not hip. I'm sorry.
Anthrax and Public Enemy. I mean, hip. 1990.
Yeah, that's just what I'm thinking. Yeah, very much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Rap rock fusion. Come on.
Yeah, right. Good. Okay. Anyway, carry on, Eddie.
So no, I really like this. This is what I was expecting more from Doomwatch rather than overtly 70s nonsense stories that went nowhere, hints of sci-fi that went nowhere. and lots of drinking and employment law, and again, it was like the Phantom Menace. It was the political. This is what I wanted to see. This is
Every
what I wanted
time
it
you
to
say
be.
the Phantom Menace, I keep thinking of the Phantom Raspberry Blower of Old London Town.
Oh no, that was good. That's Spike Mulligan.
That's why I
with two Ronnies.
kept
That
getting
best.
confused. Sorry, how do we
I
explain
introduced Sean.
Spike
I
Milligan to
introduced
Brian?
Sean to that. But well, Sean's on. I introduced Sean to that when he was a little boy, and I was just, it's glorious. If you get to see that, Google the Phantom Raspberry Blower of Old London Town.
Brian,
Classic.
we are talking about the godfather of modern comedy,
Okay.
Mr. Spike Milligan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone owes Spike, be it Robin Williams, be it the Pythons, everyone.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you, Siobhan. This is the Doom watch I've been waiting for. Are there more like this?
I wish you hadn't said thank you.
Oh
Next-
boy.
Next week is one called The Islanders.
Oh, good. So this is the Anthrax Island. This
No. At least, do you know, I'm not entirely certain. But it
Does it have
features some
anything to do
people who
with
live on an island. Next week's one is the thing they're trying to, their problem of the week.
It's got deep ones and Cthulhu and
No.
Dagon
No. It's yeah, it's basically about the fact that places get abandoned because people leave them. You know, it's like our southwest, Cornwall and the like at the moment. The actual local populations are declining quite badly because a lot of the places are either being rented or bought as holiday homes or second homes, and as a result, the locals are being completely priced out of the housing market, and obviously that means less people around to do everything, less tourism, because remember, a lot of people they're not there for most of the year, the place stays empty. And so, yeah, some of these little fishing communities and whatever are starting to empty out because of it. However, I don't think it's got anything to do with holiday homes, this
Oh,
one.
it's nothing like Silent Hill, based on the town in America where there's coal fires underground that emptied out an entire town. Silent Hill being the video game.
I was going to say, it was actually, because I know of Silent Hill, the video game.
Yeah.
But
There's an actual town in.
hang on, is that real?
Yes.
It's based on a real thing. Right.
Well, okay, it's a
Hang
loose
on,
base
oh,
because
hang
you don't have a
on,
guy
hang
with
on,
a
hang
pair
on,
of
And
hang
not
on.
giant
Cypress Hill, the rap
fucking
band from the 1990s.
Hang on, we've got a problem here. We've encountered Brian's problem between judging reality and fiction again, haven't we?
Oh.
No. It's loosely based on the real town. This is actually one of my areas of study. Weird shit. The town itself is over a coal mine, an extensive coal mine that caught fire. I want to say sometime in the 80s. And all this smoke and crap just kept coming up from the ground, and basically the town had to be evacuated. It's a ghost town now. Nothing leads there, but people still go there because, well,
All the places shut down in this ghost town.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, nobody lives there. The streets are all.
So the
all
place is coming like a
destroyed.
ghost town.
The
Bands
place
don't
is
play
a
no
ghost
more?
town.
But do the bands play anymore, Brian?
No, the
Bands don't play anymore either.
Too
Thank
much
you,
fighting
Eddie.
on the dance floor.
That's what I think it must be. I mean, do you remember when this town before it was the ghost town?
The music playing. Yeah.
Yeah. We've got to get a life.
Classic
Right, so
shit.
that's
Classic
Doom Watch next year. Next week. You wish it was next year.
Oh, don't worry. When Eddie brought up Anthrax Island, I was thinking of Plum Island over here in the Montauk Monster.
You're just making up
Well, use
words
one,
now,
use a-
aren't you?
use a-
You're just
you get
making up
5
words.
minutes.
It's a legit thing. and
Of
I'm
course
gonna
it is, Brian.
Can I
Our
raise
conspiracy, our
What happened to Blake
conspiracy
7?
correspondent. That's what I want to know. We haven't got there yet. Brian's coming
We
up with
haven't got
nonsense
there yet
words.
because of Tarrant. I blame Tarrant for everything.
Wow, one episode and he's already saying that. All right.
There you go. Montauk Island, Montauk Monster. Plum Island Research Facility.
And breathe,
Mankind, eh?
breathe.
Let it in. Just let it out. Just
Yeah,
let it in.
okay, good.
Let it
good,
out.
Good.
If you want, I'll go full cryptid on this shit.
Luckily, I have recreational means of avoiding this. Sorry, not recreational, medical. Right.
Which is now legal in New York State.
What, being medical?
Yes.
Try to think how much I have to pay for it. I mean, I know what it's like medically diagnosed. Medically
Well, recreational
medically
and
prescribed.
medical, it's legal in New York State.
Yeah, lucky bastards.
2020. They need something to recap the sales tax losses.
That's fair. So anyway, the end of Blake 7 last week.
In Massachusetts.
The end of Blake 7 last week, Brian. Avon and Dana, the new Dana.
I like Dana.
Good, she's a wonderful actress.
She is awesome.
Teleport aboard the Liberator, only to find that it's captained now by Space Captain Tarrant, who came on board just after he'd escaped the war. He came on board just after Clegg, Section Commander Clegg, and his soldiers, who were basically the Federation's dirty, kill everybody squad.
Black
Except
Ops.
Tarrant,
That's
it
what they're
turns
called.
out, wasn't a Federation officer. He'd done Federation training and had achieved the rank of captain, but he'd gone solo. And then when the war broke out, he went to help and fight on that, found a uniform just to hide, basically. However, somebody's killing off all of Clegg's team, one by one. Clegg, of course, played by the magnificent Michael Sheard, who we adore. Meanwhile, in space, there's a spaceship, and on it is Callie. And
Nothing bad could ever happen to her.
no, surely not. And Servalan turns up on the spaceship in space. They've obviously just been to, not Aristo, that's where they got Orek. Oh, I can't remember the name of Dana's home planet. And picked her up. So they're going to land, and they'll be transferred to a health thing. In the meantime, Villa is still having a few problems. Yeah,
Villa's in
Villa.
it too?
Yes, Bright. Have you actually seen this?
Yeah, no, I have. I'm just trying
Okay. Never can tell. It's the blade. These bits with Villa are actually really creepy. If you watch them how it was intended to be, on a small screen CRT colour television, if you were lucky back then to have a colour TV, because you couldn't tell there's these lights in the forest that are the bad guys, and with a large TV you can see the figures behind them. It doesn't matter, it still looks like there are hunters, but with the smaller TV, all you see would be lights, and they're fucking freaking, and they got a weird noise to them, so it's quite scary. So in the meantime, back on Liberator, because Villa ends up getting picked up the same spaceship as Callie. Servalan's nodded at Callie, realised this, found out what the ship is, and what this place is, and then fucks off. She pulls rank, basically.
As she does.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we discover that the person who's been bumping off Clegg's crew is Tarrant. I know.
No.
Have you watched this at all, Brian?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
trying to
Good.
express our viewers' astonishment.
Do you actually think they care?
Probably not,
You're
but
fooling
you know, somebody
yourself.
has
You're
to.
fooling yourself. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
trying. We're trying here.
You really are, yes. This is Power Play, the second episode of Blake Seven's third series. And I'm going to say this now, it's one of the strongest Blake Seven episodes there's been so far. It is very good. Certainly for Blake Seven. Yeah, I can't say much more than that, except I really enjoy this particular story. Eddie, what do you make of it?
Oh, same. It's really it's good. It's just the whole thing around Villa is just you just feel sorry for Villa. I mean,
And
he
the thing
thinks he's
is,
found
when he thinks he's found, like you say, he's found
Friend.
safety, you see
Yeah.
the real Villa come out, this really
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah.
he lets his guard down.
Yeah.
He's really appreciative. He keeps thanking them for being
He's
so nice
rescued
to
by
him and
two
looking after
beautiful
him.
women.
Which is his
And he's
dream,
like-
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Villa's not that complex.
No.
And then he's taken into the complex, and then Callie's there, so it's more people that he knows, and then Servalan turns up, and then Servalan says, "Yeah, I know what really happened."
Yeah, she
in this
bitch slaps
complex."
us. She just mysteriously
Oh.
bitch slaps them, quite frankly. Doesn't say anything, just, yeah.
So we've got that, and then we've got the game of chess that Avon's trying to work out with the people that they've captured the Liberator, and then Tarrant. Tarrant so far, right? I mean, yeah,
So far,
even at the
Tarrant's not
time,
bad.
he reminded me of young Blake. It was like this is the guy that
This
brought
is the
in
Blake
Blake.
replacement.
This is the Blake
yeah.
replacement.
But as it goes on, we find out he really isn't.
Yeah, but it's somebody for Avon to kind of play off in. A kind
I
of
actually
potentially-
think that Avon accepted Tarrant into the crew too easily. Dana, you could understand. You
Yeah.
know, she'd lost everything and she had helped him a lot.
Plus,
you know,
she has useful
She
skills.
does. Whereas, Tarrant's a pilot. He's taking over from Jenna.
Aaron's a pirate.
Pilot.
No, pirate.
No, he's not. He's a pilot.
A little bit of both. Pilots can be pirates.
Pirates are only on the sea.
He's a space pirate
What, in space?
in space.
Jesus.
Tarrant.
We're
Tarrant
going
Watley.
to have to do an enlightenment at some stage then. Yeah, I haven't worked out which Doctor Who story to do. But did you enjoy it, Brian? Eddie?
No, that's good. As this is again some good solid Blake 7. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, good stuff. What about you, Brian? Have you got anything to say for yourself?
Yeah. Having watched this episode,
Hooray!
I actually really I liked it. I liked
It's good,
how
isn't it?
they were playing off who's killing who when it's obvious to every viewer who's killing people. Gee, it's probably one of the talkie characters on the other team.
The one that's being paid the most.
Exactly.
The one who's
I
obviously been
enjoyed it.
contracted for the season because he appeared and spoke at the end of the last episode.
The best thing on the ship was when Dana apologized to Avon. There were only 3 of them. I shouldn't have been taken that easily. And I'm like, you go, girl.
That's a Leela saying. That's a Leela thing, that is.
That's a totally Leela thing, but I'm like, yeah, kick their ass. It was telegraphed though that it was Tarrant from the beginning because when he knocked out Avon right
Yeah.
before he was speaking to Zen.
Yeah.
Oh, he went for a weapon. He doesn't have a weapon. Dun dun dun.
What if Avon hadn't done that? Hadn't moved his hand?
Yeah.
What if he hadn't done that? What excuse would Tarrant have given for hitting
He was going for a weapon.
But if he wasn't
he was
moving his
attacked.
hands, because
Doesn't
Avon
matter.
in that bit he moved his hand inside his, so Tarrant could get away with that excuse
Yeah, he moved his hand up there. Why? I mean,
Yeah.
to give Tarrant an
It's
excuse.
Avon.
Plot armor,
He usually
plot
does
armor.
dramatic shit. He usually does dramatic stuff anyway. He's trying to figure a way out, and he's like, if I attack them,
Well, now
yeah. But back onto the planet with Villa, who is getting his heart broken
I know it's a shame.
because he's found the perfect place where he can be a useful member of society and serve a useful purpose.
Brian, hold
Yeah?
on to that thought because in this series there is a Villa-centric episode.
Oh, good. That's good. I think Villa needs more characterization, honestly.
I know what else is in the episode, but I'm shutting up.
That's okay. We still need more Villa characterization.
Okay.
Callie's in it, and I'm just amazed that these two are taken in so easily.
Are you
Having
just going to
been
say
a-
worst telepath ever and just...
Yeah, worst telepath ever. Having been on the Liberator and having seen what they've seen and everything, they should know by now that everything is out to kill them.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what, doesn't matter where it is, how nice they are, how green it is.
Yep.
Everything is
Yep.
out to kill them.
Yes. They live in a Terry Nation universe. What do you expect?
Exactly. They should realize this by now.
Yes, god damn it.
I actually thought that the primitive, the bald primitive dude, was going to join the Liberator.
Ah, thank you. Because I know who the bald primitive guy was. He was in a John Pertwee Doctor Who story, which is the story we'll do next week. We're going to do The Mutants.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I love the mutants.
It's a Series 9 Pertwee story.
Yeah. The Mutants is fantastic. I love that one.
Well, there we go. We don't need to do that. We've had Brian's review already.
Brian likes this one. Screw that. It's one of my favorite Pertwees. That and
that's
Inferno.
goodness. Yeah, two good calls. Again, The Mutants suffers a little bit from fan opinion, but I disagree.
Fan opinions
Screw
can be
'em.
wrong.
Screw 'em. Anyway, carry on with your doing of talking.
I liked having him as a primitive. He knew everything was going on. He was nice to Villa.
They were nice primitives, which is a complete flip-flop, isn't
of
it?
their usual,
Yeah.
we're going to kill and eat you primitives that they normally find.
Though, admittedly, he didn't look like Jenna.
He did not.
You see, we weren't able to bring out that side of them, if they have that side. So the jury's still out, but they seemed okay.
They seemed okay.
Right.
And they made off. They escaped the hunters.
They did, didn't they? They survived.
They did. So it's a shame that they're not coming back.
How do you know they're not coming back?
I don't know, but
Ah!
I see what you did there.
Thank you very much. Like I say, I don't want you finding out any spoilers about Blake 7. I know it's a very old TV series, and it's probably all over the net, but try not to, please. You will thank me for it.
The look on Villa's face when he finds out, oh my god, they are going to try to kill me. You would kick the puppy.
Yeah.
He can't catch a break, can he? He just really cannot catch a break.
Well, in his arm.
Well, yeah, very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm here all week, folks. Try the chicken.
Damn puppy in that. And I'm like, no.
My cats are doing a little walkthrough at the moment. I just noticed on the camera. Yeah. So, did we enjoy this one? Thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
Hey, that's good, because next week is Volcano.
The way you said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just checking.
All right. Good. I hope
Working
I'm wrong.
that-
I very much hope I'm wrong. But I might not be.
Uh-huh.
I shall watch it after we've done this, because that's when I watch my Blake 7 for the next week's show. And if I end up screaming abuse at you over Discord, you'll know why. It's fair enough.
As you
isn't it?
normally do.
Oh no, I'm not abusive in that way. I don't scream abuse at you. I just fuck your mind up. Mm-hmm. You know, I ruin all your cunning plans. Well, not on my own. There's a team of us to do that. For example, in the RPG last night, we were supposed to do something. He had it all planned out. We didn't do that. We went somewhere completely different.
Very happy that you sold off your spaceship.
We haven't sold off the spaceship.
Uh-huh. Magic beans. Your dog's eating.
Yes, she is. Dixie Beans, are you having Yeah. Anyway, so let's look at next week's lineup then. We have the Mutants for Doctor Who. No idea for Big Finish. No idea at all. We'll see what drops, if anything. We've got the Islanders for Doomwatch, for our sins, and then we got Volcano from Blake 7. For some reason, we've had more sins.
Oh, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. We had the Mutants. We had the Islanders. Can we not have the Volcano? Can we not just
The
call it the Volcano?
Well, I've got no,
we're
I've got
going
no
for-
objections to it, if I'm honest with you. If you want to call it the,
Blake
the
7.
Volcano.
It's the Volcano.
Well, who wrote this one? Is it Terry Nation?
No, it's Alan Pryor.
So probably
Oh,
not.
but we're still going through the Blake 7 only do one word titles now. It's the face.
Like Doctor Who did when JNT came in.
Yeah.
Apart from The Leisure Hive, or Full Circle, which was still an odd title. Mind you, Survival was originally going to be called Cat Flap. I always remember.
Flap.
I always remember when Greatest Show in the Galaxy got announced. I was involved in the Jersey Doctor Who fan club, as was back then. And one of the kids came in and said, the new story is called Doctor Who and the Greatest Show in the Galaxy. Oh no, he didn't put "and the." It was just Doctor Who, the Greatest Show in the Galaxy. And we thought that's what it was titled, Doctor Who, the Greatest Show in the Galaxy. So it was going to be really and we were aghast. And no, he just put Doctor Who because it was the show's title. And it's dear me. Tut tut. I need to eat. So,
I need to cook dinner.
right, like I say, because of circumstances mentioned at the top of this show, our schedule might be a little bit flexible over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Hopefully it won't be, but... so, Wednesday. And we're going to try for this again. We've got our new series reaction with Brian and Eddie, where we're looking at Rise of the Cyberman, possibly. Yeah. Friday. Part 3 of Genesis of the Daleks reaction with Dr. Sinister, except that in itself is becoming a show.
You had an unboxing this week.
He's missing being on this. I think he might come back permanently if I can
that'd be
reel
good,
him in a
that'd be
little
good.
bit. If I can just reel him in a little bit. Don't want to force him.
Because I'm in training. I'm in training to be head of his security detail. He promised me that post. If I do not become head of his
You get a
security
shiny
detail,
cap.
I will not be happy.
You get a shiny
I
peaked
want,
cap.
I want a badge. I want
Just a badge. Oh,
Just a badge.
Just so you can put it on the desk and say, "There you go, Chief."
I quit.
Yeah.
I get to be in
absolutely.
the execution squad.
Oh, you've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to be the first test subject. He said it was a high honor.
For Dr. Sinister, bloody well it is. Wow, write home and tell people about it, Brian. In fact,
Right
what you
afterward.
could do is ask them to send the body parts back to you, back to your
Uh-huh.
family. You know, it's
Yeah,
good.
they can sew them back together. It'll be fine.
Not after the dinosaur pits got hold of them.
Still fit them back together, bones and stuff.
Oh dear, I love Dr. Sinister's looniness. Me and him just get on like that.
I would love to see his take on like some of the American sci-fi.
You're not getting the American sci-fi in here.
No, like
Doctor
V.
Sinister doesn't watch
We're
anything
doing
that's
V.
American. Not until he's actually conquered and took over it. Then they'll
This is
watch
why
stuff,
he
but-
doesn't like the French. He hasn't conquered France yet, so he has a problem with it.
He's the only one that hasn't conquered France.
Don't say that to him. You'll
That
just
was
upset him.
low.
Yeah.
Don't say
This is
that
why
to me.
I'm-
What's
I'm
my
the first
heritage? Thank you very much.
This is why I'm the
That's
first test
racist.
subject in the,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
execution
racist. That
squad.
is. It's racist against us French people. I'm just saying. Mostly French.
You're from Jersey. You're not French.
I'm mostly French. My heritage is French.
Galchon.
Galichon.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So anyway, that's what's coming up next week. Why do I even come up with a pretense of that? You know, this is an organised show. Why do I bother?
Welcome to my role-playing game.
Yeah. Right. Okay, we need to pass that on to Dr. Sinister. Sean McKenna who shouldn't be in Sinister's security detail because he can't shoot straight, said he just needs to pull up his pants to conquer France and it'll be springtime for Sinister.
Actually, Sean could be on the execution squad. If he can't shoot straight, I should live.
He could. We just need to get those bifocals that I keep promising him. So Sean will get you sorted out with those glasses.
What if Sean Bean's involved?
Sean Bean?
Oh.
It's the old
Sean
when a
Bean died
stormtrooper
every 3.6
meets
minutes.
Sean Bean. What happens? Because Sean Bean has to die, yet the stormtrooper can't shoot straight.
There's a Sean Bean, and if there's a red shirt involved.
Oh,
Luckily,
this
Sean doesn't have
breaks
my
the
red and green
universe.
deficiency.
This
Sean's
breaks.
not colourblind, so we'd be fine with that. We'd be
This
fine
is
with it.
like dividing by zero.
Yeah, no. This is like Googling Google. No. That's...
Don't divide by zero, you'll break the internet.
Okay, so this week we have come up with a new Olympic sport. Yep, I shall write to the IOC about this. Don't worry, I shall.
Competitive podcasting.
Indeed. We came up with something else, and I can't remember what it was. Was it a science thing?
You come up with a game.
That's it, the board game. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Time Lord Cluedo. So there's that. And then we have posed the question, which has been doing the rounds on the internet for an awful lot, but I don't think it's had the triple whammy in it. You know? Sean Bean, Stormtrooper, red shirt. What happens to the universe?
Still gotta say Neil deGrasse Tyson can figure
But I
it
say,
out.
is that a variant of rock, paper, scissors? Spock? It's like Sean Bean.
We've got a
Stormtrooper.
new Olympic sport!
I'm down with this one.
Sean Bean, Stormtrooper, red shirt. Got to come up with a sort of group name for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Destruction-ish. Guess what happens next? It's the what happens next round.
There you go. It's the bonus round. It's like penalties for when football we can have the boat. That's
Right, hang on. I've just seen a problem with this. Technically, there's only one Sean Bean, so if they're going to be doing this for the Olympics, there's
No,
only...
Sean Bean is immortal. When one dies, another one just spawns in his
Yeah.
place.
Oh, he's like Nick Briggs.
Yeah.
Except Nick has lots of clones running around doing all these different jobs. Okay. Right.
we know Sinister.
Also,
If anybody
we
can
have
clone
to
Sean
extend
Bean.
that invitation to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I told you, go ahead and invite him.
Okay.
I will welcome him with open feet. I would be over the moon to have the man there. See what I did there? Over the moon?
Careful, he'll name it not the moon now.
Just get IOC. Just give me the medal now. All right. Just
he'll,
do it.
he'll change the moon into like an asteroid or some shit.
The moon's an egg, Brian. How many times have we told you?
Just saying.
Right.
I
so-
would like to see him, go into a little science of Doctor Who.
well, Brian Cox, the hippie.
Enough of that language.
Hey, watch the mouth.
Potty mouth.
He did the Science of Doctor Who lecture, which is very interesting. And Brian Cox is
She's a good one.
that was back for the 50th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's nearly 10 years. Well, it's 8 years ago. I know. It's
The
depressing.
only
isn't it?
Brian that I know as a scientist is Brian May.
That's fair. Well, Brian Cox used to be in the band that did D-Ream, that did Things Can Only Get Better.
Yeah.
And then
lied,
he became a
didn't he? He
scientist.
lied.
That's very true, he did.
Brian May proved that fat bottom girls make the world go round.
It's a little doggy on my electric screen thing. Look at her trying to eat. She's being very silly. She's so cute. She doesn't really like these biscuits, but she's realised she's stuck with them. So she sometimes does this wonderful thing. She'll run in. She'll take her time getting one biscuit. Then I'll run off to her bed with it. Then she'll come back for another one. Take her time. Run back. Yeah, it's so cute. It is. She's going to have to stay with her Auntie Stella for a few days at some stage soon. So there's that. Right. So, we'll see you next week then, boys and girls. How do we want to leave? We're not going to do an awkward pause. We discovered last night on the role-playing game that proper awkward pauses really are awkward. So what do you fancy doing, boys? Should we just say goodbye to people?
I think we should.
All
I
right.
think that's a good.
You know.
Say goodbye
Okay,
to people,
Pat.
boys.
Goodbye to people.
Goodbye, people.
Why do I bother? Oh, come on.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
Moo.